This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Juelz Santana talks about his addiction to lean and pills. He got introduced by Paul Wall, he said. I always think Lil Wayne introduced him, but it's his life. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Paul Wall was around him a lot and introduced him to it. But he said also Beanie Siegel and them were on it, and they called it waffles and pancakes or syrup and waffles, something like that. Syrup being lean and waffles being pills. But anyways, Juelz Santana had this addiction. He says, being around Wayne, they did it more. But he learned a lot from Wayne, and Wayne got stuff from them. They got stuff from Wayne, meaning Dipset. And he doesn't talk about how the addiction hurt him. I saw how it hurt him because I was around for part of that time when he was sipping Hawaiian Punch all the time. It just seemed to get him off focus. Like, he was still recording a lot, but I don't think he was making great decisions. Like, he should have focused on his own career before he helped Skull Gang and everything. And, he had a real opportunity around that time to, take over. Like, he and I were working. He was with me right when we were doing the World Star thing was starting, and we had worked together from the Come Up DVD, and we started doing that. And I had a whole vision to do all his Cook Crack mixtape, best freestyles and songs, the unreleased songs, and just flood it in 2007, 8, 9. And he just wanted to keep pushing Skull Gang. I really wanted Juelz to solidify himself, but he was too focused on building a crew, which obviously didn't work out. And if he had done the other way, he would be in a totally different spot right now, because he's the talent. He's the star. That's who people wanted to see. And he was too focused on putting other people on, which wouldn't have benefited him. You got to take care of yourself before you can take others. They always tell you put your oxygen mask on event of an air crash, put yours on first and then help other people, because if you pass out, you can't help anybody. Hopefully, I know he's doing well with his weed line. I just hope he does something in music. YFN Lucci's officially home. The footage has come out. His whole family came out, his kids. Beautiful thing. But he has a lot of restrictions. He has to live with his mother and always ask permission to leave Georgia. Can't be around no gang activity. Can't rap about any gang activity till 2031. I know he's just happy to be out of jail. It's 2025, 6 years of that. I say they change it up in about a year. He just has to they did the same thing for Gucci Mane. After about a year and a half of good behavior, he'll be able to switch things up, and it's good he's home. Let's see. Then we got Finesse2Tymes hit with an arrest warrant for death threats. The guy who was taking care of that little kid that he used to watch, that guardian. Well, they got hit with they hit Finesse2Tymes with this arrest warrant. They went to the cops, and he just can't. He just wants that little kid back around. I don't know. It is a weird situation, man. This is odd. Sending death threats, bro? Finesse2Tymes? You officially the Meek Mill of Memphis, man. You're crowned. Jim Jones talks about... Now, Jim Jones has a very respectable come up. As bad we talk about the backstabbing at Cameron and everything, I do respect Jim Jones's come up. This is a guy that was working under Cameron, supporting Dipset as much as possible, right? Helping out Juelz, everything. Then when he started rapping, he had been rapping. He wanted first to sign to Rockefeller from Dame and Dash. He wanted $1 million. Dame laughed in his face, so he went to Koch. And Diplomats went to Koch too. He did. Dame Dash passed on signing the Diplomats, which is everybody in Dipset, just like as a collective. So they took the indie route, and Jim Jones first released his first album, I think 04. Did about 200,000 to 400,000 units. On My Way to Church. Then, of course, the next album was, I think it was called Harlem, Diary of Harlem or something. Did 74,000 the first week. The previous one did 44,000 the first week, right? So 74,000 the first week. And I think he sold like 400,000 of this. Maybe it went gold. I'm not sure. There's no real record of that. And then Jim Jones, Product of My Environment. This is where you saw Ballin' and all those other great songs that came off of this. Debuted at 106,000 copies. Number 6 on Billboard. That's big, indie. So he made a lot more than $1 million for Dame Dash. Dame Dash might have dropped one album and gave up. With This Way, he was able to grind it out and became who he was. It says 385,000 to date, but I think he sold more than that. Yeah, so, and then also he talks about how Cameron copywrote Bird Gang but you know, he doesn't admit that he copywrote Diplomats, but he did. That's why Cameron was clever to do that and do a swap. These guys are gonna have their little problems forever. Jim Jones and Cameron, you know, they're like brothers, but like toxic brothers, if that makes any sense. Anyways, this is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I will check you guys in the next one. Peace.